Welcome to a new painting project set of videos. In this sort of diary, we'll be looking at my emerging collection of 28mm plastic American troops for the American War of Independence. In this case, as you can see before you, these are some Continental infantry. They're based on the order of battle for the Continental Army, the same as my British were, which is for the 1777 campaign in Philadelphia. In this case, this is the 7th Pennsylvania Regiment, which was part of one of the brigades in the, unsurprisingly, Pennsylvania Division. And as you can see here, they're all 28mm plastic Perry miniatures. And I've gone to make them fairly uniform. I haven't roughed them up or put patches on or anything of that nature. They look sort of smart here, but I have mixed up some of the trouser colours. So, as according to the information guidance, I've given them buckskin breeches by and large, but there are some in there with the white breeches and so on and so forth. They've got red facings and silver buttons for being a Pennsylvania regiment, and as you can see here, there's a few character figures knocking around. So we've got an officer on the end here with a half pike or spontoon or whatever it is in this case, making a gesture and encouraging the troops with his sash, and that's one of the officers on that end of the line. In total here, I've painted 16 troops, so what will be 2 groups of 8 for sharp practice. And then there are 2 officer figures. There's another one on this end of the line here with his own musket underneath his arm. And at the back there, on the left behind him, is a sergeant with his musket on his right shoulder as opposed to his left. So that'll make 2 nice groups of 8, and with a couple of leader figures and an additional level 1 character figure as well. Just bring the 3 character figures to the front so you can see which ones those are. And yeah, that enables me to have 2 groups of 8. And then the next thing I'll move on to after this is another group of 8 with a leader that are from Hartley's additional Continental Regiment to give me a bit of variety. But I think they've come out pretty smart. As is pretty routine by now, the Perry plastics are excellent. Then at the back here, this is just an example of the wider project. These aren't all part of the Americans. There are 2 groups here of Indians with some leaders in, so there's 2 groups of 7 there in total with the leaders, and then a separate character leader figure in the middle that'll be a more senior figure if they were to operate as one group. But for the rest of the project for the Americans, there are 6 of the notorious riflemen here from Perry's metal collection. But you will have seen these before. Some of these sculpts have been around for a little bit of time now. And I've just received in the post these GMB flags. I'm going to do 2 little, essentially dioramas of maybe 2 or 3 figures, probably 3 for the British, so standing figures with flags and maybe a musician. And I'm looking forward to doing those on little 50mm bases. And then this is the rest. This is the rest of the Americans to come. As you can see, some of them have been sprayed brown. I've done that for those that aren't going to be in the more uniform set of uniforms. So those are going to be in civilian clothing or hunting shirts and so on. And that's it. I thought you might enjoy seeing a little bit of the progress I've been making on this project and what's been on the painting desk. I'll be moving on to Hartley's additional Continental Regiment next, and I'll bring you another video as the collection progresses. In the meantime, I hope to see you in the next one, and happy hobbying.